get a good feeling, yeah. Oh, sometimes I get a good feeling, yeah. Get a feeling that I never had before. I get a good feeling, yeah.
The mountaintop, walk on water, I got power, feel so royal. 1 second, I'ma strike for you. Diamond, platinum, no more for you. That adrenaline, never giving in. Giving up's not an option, gotta get it in. Witness, I got the heart of 20 men. No fear, go to sleep in the lion's den. That glow, that spark, that crown. You're looking at the king of the jungle now. Stronger than ever, can't hold me down. 100 miles gunning from the bitch's mouth. Straight game face, it's game day. See me running through the crowd full of melee. No trick plays, I'm Bill Gates. Take a genius to understand me.
On the other side of the street I knew stood a girl that looked like you. I guess that's deja vu, but I thought this can't be true. Cause you moved to West LA or New York or Santa Fe or wherever to get away from me. Oh, but that one night was more than just right. I didn't leave you cause I was all through. Oh, I was overwhelmed and frankly scared as hell because I really fell for you. Oh, I swear to you, I'll be there for you. This is not a drive-by. Just a shy guy looking for a two-fly. Hefty thing to hold my love. When you move me, everything is groovy. They don't like it, sue me the way you do me. Oh, I swear to you,
I'm feeling sexy and free, like glitter's raining on me. You're like a shot of pure gold. I think I'm about to explode. I can taste the tension like a cloud of smoke in the air. Now I'm breathing like I'm running 'cause you're taking me there. Don't you know? You spin me out of control. We can do this all night. Damn, this love is getting tight. Baby, come on. Booming like a bass drum, sparking up a rhythm. Baby, come on. Rock my world until the sunlight. Make this dream the best I've ever known. Dirty dancing in the moonlight. Take me down like I'm a domino. Every second is a highlight. When we touch, don't ever let me go. Dirty dancing in the moonlight. Take me down like I'm a domino. You got me losing my mind. My heart beats out of time. I'm seeing Hollywood stars. You strum me like a guitar. I can taste the tension like a cloud of smoke in the air. Now I'm breathing like I'm running 'cause you're taking me there. Don't you know? You spin me out of control. We can do this all night. Damn, this love is getting tight. Baby, come on.
Smart, no stupid foul, no stupid foul.
Bass drum, sparking up a rhythm. Baby, come on. Rock my world until the sunlight. Make this dream the best I've ever known. Dirty dancing in the moonlight. Take me down like I'm a domino. Every second is a highlight. When we touch, don't ever let me go. Dirty set me free. Don't be so shy, play with me, my dirty boy, can't you see? You are the one I need. You make me this, bring me up, bring me down. Play it sweet, make me move like a freak. Mr. Saxo beat makes me this, brings me up, brings me down. Play it sweet, make me move like a freak.
Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Tongue grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So make the best of this test and don't ask why. It's not a question but a lesson learned in time. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life. So take the photographs and still frames in your mind, hanging on a shelf in good health and good time. Tattoos and memories and dead skin on trial. For what it's worth, it was worth all the while. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life.
Starting at forward, a senior, number 30, Katie Lisinski. Number 30. At the forward position, a senior, number 25, Sonia West. Number 25. Starting at forward for the Highlanders, a senior, number 3, Casey Dunbar. Number 3. At the forward position, a senior, number 10, Arista Mani. Number 10. And starting at guard this evening for the Highlanders, a senior, number 34,
remember caring for an hour or so. Started crying and I couldn't stop myself. I started running, there's nowhere to run to. I sat down on the street, took a look at myself. So where you going, then you know the world is headed for hell. Say all goodbyes, that's the one you can say goodbye to. I believe the world is burning to the ground. Oh well, I guess we're gonna find out. Let's see how far we go right now. Let's see how far we go. I believe it all is coming to an end. Oh well, I guess we're gonna pretend. Let's see how far we go. Yeah, let's see how far we go. It's gone, baby, it's all gone. There's no one in the corner and there's no one at home. Well, it was cool, it was just all cool. Now it's over for me and it's over for you. Well, it's gone, baby, it's all gone. There's no one on the corner and there's no one at home. Well, it was cool, it was just all cool. Now it's over for me and it's over for you. I believe the world is burning to the ground. Oh well, I guess we're gonna find out. Let's see how far we go. Yeah, let's see how far we go. Well, I believe
College Stadium here at the Northern High School for this afternoon's game between the Golden Knights of all the Highlands Girls, coached by Mr. Brian Dunn, and the Lady Highlanders of Northern Highlands High School, coached by Mr. Al Alpany.
Lightning strikes the heart. It goes off like a gun, brighter than the sun. Oh, we could be stars falling from the sky, shining how we want, brighter than the sun. Everything is like a whiteout, 'cause we should shine down, even when the lights out. But I can see it glow. Got my head up in the rafters, got me happy ever after. Never felt this way before, ain't felt this way before. Swear you hit me like a vision. I wasn't expecting, but who am I to tell fate where it's supposed to go? Oh, this is how it starts. Lightning strikes the heart. It goes off like a gun, brighter than the sun. Oh, we could be stars falling from the sky, shining how we want, brighter than the sun. Oh, this is how it starts. Lightning strikes the heart. It goes off like a gun, brighter than the sun. Oh, we could be stars falling from the sky, shining how we want, brighter than the sun. Brighter than the sun. Brighter than the sun. Brighter than the sun.
I've been feeling real good. Came a long way from misunderstood. Far away from the days where I wouldn't wanna go home, 'cause I was afraid of the truth. See, I was scared to admit the feeling was in the back of my head. 'Cause the point where line no longer works, so you have to stand up for how you wanna live. Tonight is the night, is the night that we're losing control. Tonight is the night, is the night we set it on. Everybody go. Everybody go. And I don't know no better, but as far as I came, it felt like forever. Seconds turn to hours, days turn to months, not a year passed by, but don't feel like much. So if I got one chance, motherfucker, I'ma make y'all dance. I'ma have as much fun as I can and figure out the rest when I add y'all to plan. Tonight is the night.
As far
stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So make the best of this test and don't ask why. It's not a question but a lesson learned in time. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life. So take the photographs and still frames in your mind, hanging on a shelf in good health and good time. Tattoos and memories and dead skin on trial. For what it's worth, it was worth all the while. It's something unpredictable.
I'm gonna shock the world! Only we didn't shock the world, we shocked the county.
Half the world!
He went out and did some listening when nobody thought he could beat them, right? And he goes, I'm going to shock the world, I'm going to shock the world. You know what? Hey, all the credit to you guys. Like I said, you know, Chris, Rich, Terry, and I, all we do is ask you to do things, or we force you to do things. You know, we can't go out there and play for you. That's one of the most frustrating things for me. I can't go out and do it myself. So I try to install in you the way I used to play. Okay, or the way Chris used to play, or Rich, or Terry. Okay, and it's all hard when you play sports. Okay, you can be less talented to somebody. Okay, but you know if you got heart, you know you got in mind you're going to beat the person in front of you. That makes up for a lot of skill-wise that you don't have. But you know what? We got it all. We got heart, we got skill, we got team, we got everything. All right, we got something special going. So we're coming back here next week. But we got a big week ahead of us. Big week ahead of us. Yep. All right, we're going to do a great job. What?
Saturday or Sunday?
Saturday, because the state start on Monday.
No days off.
We don't even have Sunday off next week. Because we're going to practice Sunday and play Monday.
Wait, Monday's what? Next Monday is already March 1st.
Sunday we practice. Monday's the first state game. Coming and don't stop. Great job. I couldn't be more thrilled for you guys, okay? You guys, all right? I've been to county finals when I was in high school. I've been to all that stuff, okay? You guys will remember this for the rest of your life. These are things you remember for the rest of your life. You never left me. That's why I gave up my lucrative, if you want to call it, landscaping business to go back into teaching and coaching. Because there was just something missing from me. Something missing, okay? So right now, I just love what I'm doing. Yeah, I got some down times, and there's always a problem here and a problem there. But you know what? You can always fix problems, right? You can always fix them.
6 years I've been listening to this guy talk about getting to a county final. I'm like, oh, you got to be healthy. I don't care. You got to be good. Yeah, we'll get there. You got to try. Yeah. It's never a doubt in this guy's mind that someday Highlands would get
there. He's got to work hard.
And you guys did it.
How come other schools can do it, okay? We have great athletes up in Highlands. We have great kids. You know what? And we're doing it right now. We're going to do a county final. County final. That's awesome. Out of 57 schools in the whole county.
You won the league outright? First time ever in school history? First school?
First time in school history going to a county final.
That's it.
Okay.
No one's ever done it before.
Okay. You're part of that.
You did it. You did it.
Let's go. Bring it in. Bring it in.
I mean, there's not much to complain about for our senior year for varsity.
I know. Ashley's Clay, I'm going to shock the world.
There was a way to leave Highlands with sports.
I'm going to knock out serious. Hey, great job. we would have never did today if we didn't play together as a team. Total team effort. We pressed the way we're supposed to press. We ran the court the way we were supposed to run the court. Everybody got involved in everything. Okay, you can't run a press if somebody doesn't do their job. Right? Again, you guys have a lot to be proud of. That's the first time in school history we ever won the league outright. Don't forget, we were in the NBIL when Tascag Valley won it 28 years in a row. Okay? We did it the hard way because we're in the Big North. 28 years in a row. Alright? And again, hey, you guys gotta walk out here with your heads held high. That was like I said in that time, we put a clinic on, first 2 quarters, and we came out here, we didn't let up. Everybody said you gotta go for the knockout. Alright? That's exactly what we did. Alright? You guys work hard at it. You don't bitch and moan at practice because you run out late. You don't bitch and moan about working hard, and that's what it does. That's what hard work gets you. Alright, hey, we're not going to lose to fail on you. When you lose the draw, we're still leave there. Alright?
Hey, we're not done yet, guys.
Hey, we're not done yet. Now we just started. Now I can start watching the film on INJ. We started. We got a Christmas tournament. We got Christmas tournament championship, league championship. Now we go for the county and state. Alright? So, hey, great job. It's like Marciano, the guy in the room. Hey, great job. On 3 rounds, 1, 2, 3.
Insincerity, shifting eyes and vacancy vanished when I saw your face. All I can say is it was enchanting to meet you. Your eyes whispered how we met, across the room your silhouette starts to make its way to me. The playful conversation starts, counter all your quick remarks like passing notes in secrecy. And it was enchanting to meet you. All I can say is I was enchanted to meet you. This night is sparkling, don't you let it go. I'm wonderstruck. enchanted to me.
As does Northern Highlands, they also have one full and one third.
First of all, I would like to thank everybody who came tonight for showing up for, just to celebrate the great season that we had. And it wasn't only the varsity season, it was JV team and the freshman team. And when I looked up the wins for, the whole entire program, we had 60 wins and only 7 losses as an entire program. I've been up at Highlands now for 19 years, and I don't remember them having a season like the season we had this year. There were years when I was coaching when we were sectional champs, and but we weren't league champs. We didn't go far in the counties, and this year to me was like a magical year. Rich and Chris and Kerry, you talk about things in the beginning of the year, what could possibly happen, and this scenario and that scenario, and Rich will tell you, over the summer we played up in Ramapo College in the summer league, and we had said that we would love to get there, as a team in the counties, and you know what? The way things worked out this year, we got there, and you don't have a season like this, just with the coaches that coach the team. There's a lot of people that I'm going to sit up here or stand up here and thank. First of all, I'd like to thank Dawn and Sophia and all the other senior parents for this tremendous dinner that we're having. I'd like to thank my wife. is kind of the calming effect in our relationship. I'm more the high-strung, and she's more the calming effect. But she kind of understands, you know, what coaching is all about. And you know, I have a lot to make up. You know, things that during the season. I was going to take her out for Valentine's Day, and I guess I looked in the paper, or Rich looked in the paper, and he goes, "Hey, wait a minute, Ramapo's playing that night." So I said, "Okay, Jeb." So my wife had to come with me on Valentine's Day and watch a Ramapo game, but it did wind up paying off when we played them. Yeah. I'd like to thank, my daughter's not here, but she's the one who got me involved with girls basketball. And years ago, I just couldn't believe that girls could actually play this game the way that they did. And she made a liar of me, and you know, following her career, you know, I started coaching boys, and then I switched over to girls, and it was because of my daughter. I'd like to thank all the parents from the bottom of my heart. You know, when we have pasta dinners, I figure next year when you have your pasta dinners, you might as well call them buffets, because when I walked into these houses, it was like actually going to a buffet. It was amazing with the spreads that the parents put out. So I thank you for opening up your homes for that. I'd like to thank people like, and they're not even here tonight, like Lou Rosa, Rick Santry, Ken Dunbar. In the beginning of the season when you can't be with the girls, when we have open gyms, you know, they're always willing to, you know, they're always willing to fill in and, you know, do the stuff that we can't do, you know, legally. So, you know, there's a lot of rules, so I'd like to thank the parents for that. I'd like to thank Christine for doing the book. You know, when I call up the record, and I had a chance to call up the record 25, 35, 45 times in the last 2 years, you know, to have the score right in front of me without adding up and things like that, it's just a tremendous help for me. I'd like to thank CJ, Maiko, for filming the games. I mean, he just shows up and he does it. He's also willing to go to any game that we need filmed, providing it, you know, works out with his work, and I really appreciate that. One of the last people I'd like to thank, and that's Quibus right in front of me, who's, you know, filming this. Quibus, I can't say enough about Quibus. I mean, he's not only here to promote his own daughter, he promotes the whole program. I pulled up to, you know, during the Christmas break when the freshmen were playing, I think at 9 o'clock, and there's Quibus there, you know, rushing to the game, so he gets to film some of the freshman, you know, players and their game to put on this video tonight when he could probably be sleeping or something like that. So ask him to scout, he scouts. Ask him to do whatever, he's there to do it. So I'd like to thank Quibus for all this time he puts in. I'd like to thank my coaching staff, who I think is second to none. You know, we've been together since you know, we took over the program. I'd like to thank Chris for being there all the time. Again, he's almost like, don't take this the wrong way, but my wife during basketball season. Go, girl. So, except for when he thought he was like 20 years old and he blew his knee out and he left me in the gym for 3 weeks with 17 high school girls. So it's pretty tough.
Wasn't an accident.
I'd like to thank Kerry. Can't say enough about Kerry when she first came aboard. You know, I try to get to a lot of the freshman games. Sometimes it's impossible for me to go to the games. I try to get into some of her practices and stuff like that, but it's one of those things I never have to worry about because I know what's going on in the back gym is a lot of teaching, a lot of learning. So when those kids get up, hopefully to the JV or varsity someday, they know exactly what they have to do and what's expected of them. So I'd like to thank Kerry for that. Lastly, I'd like to thank my right-hand man, is Rich over here, Rich LeBlanc. I don't know if you noticed, but Rich and I wound up in Toms River yesterday because we just can't get enough of basketball. We went to watch Manasquan. I'm going to use the word beat up on Teaneck. Good. But Rich is the type of... Yeah, that's where we thought we were going to be. You know, Rich is the type of person who just loves the game. He loves your kids. He does this for... He's not on payroll or anything. He just loves doing it, and you know, for your kids to be around somebody like Rich, you should be honored to have Rich. I'd also like to thank most of my, all of my JV players. You know, Chris will tell you the JV level is probably the hardest level, to coach and to try to teach. You know, those kids day in and day out come into the practice and they know that they're going to be practicing against the varsity. You know, they know that they're going to practice, Riverdale's offense and Riverdale's defense. And they, Chris never gets a chance to go down at the opposite gym and actually practice our offense and our defense. And these JV kids, as good as we're not that good because we don't get pushed during practice. And it's because of the JV kids that, Jackie gets pushed in practice, Tori got pushed in practice, only because of those kids that put 100% in every day when they come to practice. So I appreciate that. I'm just going to say a few words about each kid. Just bear with me. This dinner came pretty quickly, so I just hope I have all my thoughts together. I got a whole bunch of pages, and I'd like to start with my seniors, who I'm going to talk about how this whole thing got started. The first girl I'd like to talk about is Katie Lashinsky. Katie's been with the program for 4 years. She was one of our senior leaders. In the beginning of the season, there was a couple little, stuff going on, and I appreciate what Katie did to kind of keep it a low tone. And one of the things I started seeing the girls, and I forget what it was the senior girls making brownies or cake for the younger girls, or was the younger girls making brownies? How does that work? I don't know. All right, so it's big sister, little sister. So I had asked Katie, and she said she had implemented that into the program, and that's something we never did. So I appreciate that, and I thank Katie for doing that. And I hope the class next year, just keeps on doing what Katie started for the program this year. All right, thank you, Katie. Tori Bolzano, one of our captains. Tori's in the program for 4 years. As long as I've been in Highlands, I don't think anybody in 19 years has had the career of three-point shots that Tori's had. Just alone this year, she had 43 point shots. Tremendous, shooter, tremendous athlete. She made first team all league. She made third team all county. And the two games I remember the most was when we had to play Ramapo for the league championship. Again, if we beat Ramapo that night, the other two games, the league games we had after that, again, obviously we wanted to win those games, but win, lose, or draw, we would have won the league outright. Tori stepped up that night, probably had one of the best shooting nights of the season. She scored 24 points, and we beat Ramapo that night handily. And that night we became league champs. It's the first time in school history we actually won it outright without sharing. Yeah, baby. Yeah. The other game I remember with Tori, and again, there's so many games, if I sat here and I went over everything, believe it or not, it was the IHA game, and Tori will tell you she only scored 2 points that game, but the thing we liked about what she did and we loved, she had 9 assists that night. That means Jackie Renicky, who had 24 points, Sonia had 23, and Madison had 10. Tori was responsible for 18 of those points because of the passes she made. She had just a tremendous game there. And alone her defense that night was unbelievable also. Next, senior captain, Arista Maniv. Arista's been in the program for 4 years. She's our defensive specialist. When we needed to shut down an opposing scorer, Arista was our choice. And I'll give you an example. One of the many things that happened this year, we actually got to play on TV. It was the MSG game, and we played Ridgewood. And you guys weren't familiar with the production of that, but it was almost like playing on a Saturday afternoon on Wildwood Sports. That game, again, Ridgewood was another team we played 3 times. The first half, Rojas had 16 first half points. Okay. During halftime, we said, well, we cannot let Rojas keep on scoring, so we go to Arista and we said, listen, we need to shut her down. So she went from 16 points in the first half, and then the second half she had 1 basket. Again, I could go game after game after game where we'd be here all night, and in that game Arista also had 2 key foul shots at the end to ice the game against Ridgewood. So, great job. Casey Dunbar. She was a type of player. Whatever we needed her to do, her response was, I'll do anything that the team needs me for. She's been in the program for 2 years. I wish she was there longer. Extremely hard worker. That's the first time I got to take a picture up at Highlands when you sign a letter of intent. She'll be going to college to play basketball at RPI. And I truly believe that when she gets to college, she'll be a much better college basketball player because she wouldn't have to worry about the softball and all the other stuff, that off-season stuff, and she'll concentrate on basketball. So I wish her a lot of luck when she gets there, and hopefully I'll go get to see her. How many? What's the ride there? How long? 2 hours? That's fine. I drive that every weekend down the shore. So, all right. So good luck at RPI. Casey. I saved Sonia for last because, in my opinion, Sonia had a great high school career. And when I talk about a great high school, Sonia came up from Hocus. She didn't come up with any big, expectations. And the first year, she made the first team. Okay, and between the first year and the second year, she did a lot of summer workouts and just stuff to get better. The next year in the program, she made a JV team. Okay, she played JV that year, and that summer, again, a lot of summer workouts, a lot of hard work. Her third year, she became a JV varsity player. I remember starting some varsity games, still playing JV. Okay, between the third year and the fourth year, again, she did a lot of summer work. She got better. She got better because she put the time in. In that third year, she made honorable mention All-League. That means when you go to an All-League meeting, you just bring up kids that you would like to see recognized, and Sonia was recognized that third year. Her senior year, she became a full-time starter. Okay, at one time, she was considered the hottest player in Bergen County. And with all her hard work and, you know, just her going up, you know, those steps, you know, one at a time, she became third team All-County. That's quite an accomplishment. You know, and then, a lot of T-shirts that I've made up over the years, it was, you know, there was some kind of song name on it. And we adopted the song 2 years ago when Jackie was a freshman, and just to talk about the seniors, what they've done for this program. It was called The Climb. You know, there's a lot of things in that song that pertain to basketball, and not only basketball. When I talk about basketball, I talk about life stuff itself. So we started a climb that year, and it was the year we shared the title with Bergenfield, and that's when it all started for us. I think Tori was a sophomore then, Arista was a sophomore, and Sonia was a sophomore. Katie, they were all sophomores at the time. And that climb started then. I think that was the first year in 3 or 4 years. You know, we shared the league title with Mawa. It was the first time we got into the counties. You know, we didn't advance at all, but we got into the counties. We got into the states. We didn't advance in the states, but we got there. And everything seemed to start, you know, back then. So we went from, you know, that year to the next year when we won 20 games the following year. We won 20 games, and that year we advanced 3 rounds into the counties, and we advanced 3 rounds into the states. And then it brought us to this year, which I can't say enough what the girls have done this year. Starting the season off, we went to the finals in the Christmas tournament, I think 3 years in a row, right, Rich? 3 years in a row. And at one time, we couldn't even compete with a school like Paramus Catholic. You know, this year we beat them twice. We even beat IHA this year. But this year, you know, again, we started with the Bergenfield, and, you know, we came out, we won 20 games the next year, and then this year we came in, we actually won the Christmas tournament this year. Jackie was named MVP, Sonia was on the all-tournament team. Just to go back to what I said, we were league champs, and we won it outright. It's the first time in school history we didn't share it with anybody. And again, I'll go back to that game. We had 4 kids in double figures. That's the game where Tori had 24, Jackie had 14, Sonia had 22, and Madison had 11. So that was a heck of a, you know, heck of a game. And we also this year advanced to the county final. The last time that was done in Northern Highlands was 1987. We had planned on winning that, but, you know, things didn't work out the way we wanted to. But again, I got a text from one of the prominent coaches in Bergen County, and what he said to me was, you know, sometimes you have to get there before you win it. So I just hope all the underclassmen here just heard what I said. Sometimes you have to get there. You know, you have to experience that feeling of playing on a college court. You have to feel that experience of playing on a bigger court. I don't think we've ever played in front of that many people. There must have been 1,000 people there that came to see us play. So again, that credit goes to the seniors that are seniors now. You know, to set that precedent for the underclassmen. You know, for the future of the program. We got to play on a TV game, which I mentioned before. Which was a thrill for everybody, I would hope. We had 7 players, 7, okay, make recognition for all league, 7 players, okay, and then we had 4 players, okay, 4 players from our starting 5 make all county. I think that's quite an accomplishment for you know, a program that wasn't even 3 years ago, that wasn't even making it into the counties at the time. All right, so that's another accomplishment. You know, again, my hats off goes to the seniors. Yeah, but our seniors left it on the court every time they played. They set the bar at a new high for our returning plays to continue where they left off. Okay, so the underclassmen, for what the seniors have done, you need to like work even harder to continue what they started. Okay. I brought a thing up the other day. Go back to the tennis game, and I said to the girls, I said, you know, if you were talking to somebody on the phone, and you said you just played tennis, and you said you know, Jackie scored 5 points, Madison scored none, and Sonia scored 7, you might get the indication that what might have happened. You might have lost the game because, you know, our big scorers didn't score. But you know what? Every night somebody stepped up in our program. So that night, Tori had 11, Arista had 11, and Melissa had 10, and they had a total of 31 points when we beat Tenafly in the second round of the counties. So what I'm trying to say is, like, every night we seem to have somebody who stepped it up in the program. We weren't just a one-person, you know, team. You know, everybody always contributed to, you know, the games that we won. I'd like to talk about the other kids in the program. First, I'd like to talk about Jackie. Again, I can go through 5 or 6 pages with stuff on Jackie. We all know what Jackie has accomplished. She scored 1,000 points this year. I believe she went over 1,000 rebounds.
Yeah.
But if she didn't, she's very close to it. She's up for Player of the Year. You know, Jackie made obviously first team all league, and she also made you got the most votes at the meeting. She made first team all county. So again, I get to go to a county dinner to you know, see Jackie receive her an award.
Bring us with you.
Yeah, anybody can go if you want the floor. Right, so again, I can talk all night about Jackie. I mean, last summer I was in Burlington shopping with my wife, and phone goes off, and it's so-and-so from this college. Then I'm at, you know, Marshall's shopping with my wife. The phone rings. It's so-and-so from this college. My phone does not stop ringing, okay? Which, I love it. I mean, I love talking about her. I'll do anything I can possibly do for my kids to try to get them into any school. You know, just keep the phone ringing. I don't mind picking it up, okay? So that's Jackie Renicky, and she's got 1 more year to go.
Yeah, Jackie!
You know, Jess, nobody works harder than Jess. You know, Jess, Jess gets it. She knows what she needs to work on to put it all together for next year. Jess is just one of those kids that is very coachable. She just had a tough break at the end of the season when she collided heads with that girl from Fairlawn. You know, between Jess's eye and Jackie's arm, you know, good thing it happened at the end of the season, not the beginning. But Jess is, again, going to be an integral part of the season next year, and I don't even have to tell her to work hard. She just does it on her own. So that's Jess. Kathleen and Shannon. Kathleen and Shannon were a big part of the JV team. They're extremely hard workers, and they will continue to work hard to even get better for next year. Like I said in the beginning, you know, we always ask the girls to practice the other team's offense or defense. And anytime we have to try to simulate a player, you know, I'd ask Kathleen, for instance, to become Rojas, okay? Or I'd ask Kathleen to become Rogers from, you know, Pascack Valley. And she did exactly what we asked her in practice. She really practiced hard. You know, Shannon, when we were looking for somebody who shot the baseline jumper, you know, Shannon would always be that person to do that. You know, every time she shot that jumper would be probably going 8 out of 10 times, all right? And I thank all the work that they've done to make our varsity even better. So that's Madison Dunbar. Okay, Madison Dunbar, our point guard. What an accomplishment. What an accomplishment to make second team All-County as a sophomore. Not many players can handle the pressure of bringing the ball up court, but Madison broke most presses just by her great ball handling and skilled passing. Madison had a lot of great games for us, but the 3 games I remember was the Old Tapan game, when she had 11 second quarter points, and then she hit a 3 to actually win the game. The Ramapo game, the second game, when we kind of like, I don't know what happened that game, but from going from the first time beating them by 25 points, and then the second game, it was, I think it was tied at half. And then we came out and we shut them out the third quarter, and then Madison scored 11 points in the fourth quarter, okay, and we won that game. And she also had some key shots in the Ridgewood game, the county game. Madison has 2 years to go. Like I said, she made second team All-County. Madison's going to have to change her game a little next year. She's not only going to have to bring the ball up court, but without shooting going, with Tori graduating, you know, Casey graduating, and we're going to lose some of our outside shooting. Madison has to, you know, get that shot so she's a offensive threat every time she gets the ball. That's Madison. Our remaining sophomores, which made up this year's 16-1 JV team. Every time I've seen them play, they always gave a tremendous effort. They always played hard. They played fast, and they were willing to never give up in the game. Hopefully, they continue to improve. That's the you know, the core of our team next year. When we talk about core, we have freshman players that come up. We have JV players that come up to take places of the varsity players, and we're hoping the JV players do that. There's going to be a lot of opportunities next year. Those kids are Nicole Maiko, Annie Laspina, Maddie Heaney, Danielle Cote, and Cassie Zalera. That's the core of our JV team that went 16-1. Okay?
Wow. Awesome, yeah!
Our last person I'd like to talk about is our, the one freshman who made varsity, and that's Melissa Heath. Melissa, had quite a season for a freshman. She got some key playing time and points in the Paramus Catholic game and in the Ridgewood game, that was the one that was on MSG. She got to play in 2 major games up at Ramapo College, so she has that experience underneath her belt. The future is bright for her. Hard work is the only answer I know of that she can build on what she accomplished this year. So that's Melissa Heath. All right, and I'd also like to say congratulations to our freshman team, which was 19-1. And again, the games that I got to see them play, sometimes it's very tough to get to see the JV and freshmen play. I got to see them play up at the Holy Angels. I got to see them play in our Christmas tournament. And every once in a while, when they played a 4 o'clock game, if we weren't out scouting, I could get to see them play. But what I did see, I seen a bunch of kids out there playing the game the way it's supposed to be played, and that's playing it hard. I seen them hustle. I seen them, run the court. I seen them pass well. I seen them boxing out. And most of all, I've seen them winning a lot of games. So that's our freshman team. I'm sure Kerry will have a few words to say about them. I'm sure Chris will say a few words about the JV players. But again, it was a magical season as far as I'm concerned. Again, I can't thank my seniors enough for starting this whole run, 3 years ago. And again, I always say to the kids, the easy part is getting there. Okay, anybody can have a good season and, a bunch of good kids come in. Rich will tell you, Chris will tell you, Karen, we want to be good every year. And the only way that you're good every year is if you keep on working hard. There's no other way that you become good at something, whether it's your studies, whether it's sports, whether it's your job. Okay, you got to work hard at it. And if you're not willing to work hard at it, it's not going to happen. If you're willing to work hard, good things will happen. So again, congratulations to all the players out there. It was a pleasure. It was a pleasure coaching every single one of you. Wish I could do it again.
Chris, Kerry?
Do you guys want to bring dinner?
I feel like I'm going to give a lecture on Manifest Destiny,
Hey, speaking to the microphone. What about those Corinthians, huh?
Coach, you summed it up. I mean, I really don't think I could emphasize anything else because he spent so much time and very eloquently placed everything tonight as far as the season from the beginning to now. And I'd like to thank him personally for a great year. No one understands until you do it the amount of effort and time and I say good times, I mean headaches, I mean victories, I mean relief after you win, how after you win you're just thinking about the next game. And the vision when, well, let's just say when we first took over the program, we weren't very good. And it just goes to show you when you have a vision and you have a passion and you work hard, all those things can come true. And I think everything he's put into this program over the last 6 years has really spilled over into what tonight is all about. So, Coach, great job. Because of all those reasons, I felt very comfortable getting hurt and missing 3 weeks. I think Heineman's the one who said, why don't you play in the game? I'm playing too. It'll be fun. She's only 25. I should have known better. But no, in all seriousness aside, we all take this job very seriously, and we couldn't do it without the other people in our lives. So I remember when I first made the transition from working in Manhattan in finance and becoming a teacher and coaching, and a really good friend of mine, Coach Dunn from Old Japan, I was fortunate enough to coach with him early in my career. And I remember he said, Chris, if you want to do this right, get used to missing time with your family. And I swear, that just hit me right there. And I knew that if you wanted to do this job right, you're going to miss a lot of things in your life. And I couldn't do that without my wife, Janine. I just wish you had the kids asleep more often when I came home after a long day of practice. There's nothing worse than driving down the driveway, looking in that bay window and seeing all 3 kids still awake.
And then we go around the block.
At least you had drugs this year.
But the Percocet was great. Coach, I should have been your opening act. All that aside, that's what makes us here tonight. The parents have been awesome this year, supporting us, and a night like tonight just shows how much everybody cares about their kids. And believe me, we care just as much about them as you do. And we get excited when they're happy. We feel bad when they feel bad, and we just want to see them, set goals and work hard towards them, and maybe be a little part of the process along the way. And our JV team, this year, Coach summed it up: 16-1. I wasn't there for the loss, so I was undefeated.
That's terrible.
Kind of was away for half a game because Manny got hurt and had to go to the hospital. Then Rich was driving here, and then Coach had to step in. So that night just didn't even happen. I made it. You know, they made it very easy for me. We just showed up. We played hard. We played great defense. That was our offense. We kept it simple. We had fun. I think I had a different starting lineup every game. They worked well together no matter what lineup I threw out there. And they were just really a lot of fun to be with. And I thank them for all the fun that I had this year. And I know that hopefully going forward, all their goals and dreams will come true in the program and everything else they pursue. So thank you very much.
Oh my gosh, don't make me redder than I am. All right, first up, I want to start off by wishing the seniors the absolute best of luck. I joined the program when you guys were sophomores, so to see you guys grow not only as athletes but as young women has been quite the pleasure. Al, Chris, and Rich, I don't know what you were thinking 3 years ago when you asked me to join your team, but I thank you so much. It's been an absolute pleasure working for you. Learn from you every single day, so thank you for all your kind words and support. And last but not least, my freshmen, you guys were absolutely awesome. As a coach and as a teacher, you only hope that you can have a season like we had this year. And, for the most part, I would say it was a flawless season. There's never very many times where you can come in and you have 11 girls that are interchangeable. I mean, the starting lineup changed every single game. It didn't matter who was on, who was off. The 5 girls on the court played the same as our starting 5. And for me, that was a dream come true, because my first year coaching at Highlands, I was like begging kids to come play basketball. Right, McAvoy? Right? We were like, Shannon, right? We were like asking kids, asking kids to come play basketball, because we only had a handful of kids to sign up. So to have 11 girls that, when I truly tell you, it was interchangeable, I could put anybody in and I felt confident with the group that we had out on the court, was a dream come true. And parents, thank you so much for all your support at all the games and dealing with the crazy practice schedule and things changing last minute and coming to the games. I know your daughters, won't always tell you that, you being in the fans means the world, you being in the stands means the world to them, but it really, truly does. And they will look back at it when they're my age and think about all the games that their parents went to and all the support. So thank you so much. You made my job so easy. So thank you guys. I'm grateful.